Morning, folks. My name is Eugenia Agobe, and I'm a junior here at Southwestern. I'm double majoring in political science and history with a minor in Spanish, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm taking over the Instagram today, as you can see, and I'm going to take you through a day in the life with me. So we're going to go to my 3 classes. We'll grab lunch together. We will go work in the Student Engagement Center for the Office of Diversity Education together. After that, we're going to go to a Coalition for Diversity and Social Justice meeting together in the evening. I'm going to grab dinner with my roommate, and you're going to see it all. I am super excited to be taking over the Instagram today, so if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, anything like that, I'm going to leave a question box here so you can pop those in throughout the day and I'll be answering them. So let's get started. Okay, home from lunch, caffeinated with a venti iced caramel macchiato. I went to the post office. I picked up some KN95 masks, so I'm feeling good on that front. And now that I have been fed and caffeinated, I feel like I can actually coherently answer some of your questions. So let's jump right into them. I'm taking Contemporary Democratic Theory, Bar Fitness, which is like a fitness recreation requirement, Political Psychology, Latin American Conflicting Art, which is all in Spanish, and then I have 2 independent studies for my honors projects in poli-sci and history. And as you all know now, I have 3 classes Tuesdays and Thursdays, which makes those days like kind of my least favorite days, but it means that on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I get more time to work on my heavier projects and complete some tasks for my internships. Okay, anybody who knows me knows that my answer to this question is Dr. Jessica S. Hauer, PhD, Fellow of the Royal Historical Society, my academic advisor and my honors advisor, and an expert on all things 16th century British Isles. Answering this one next because it dovetails with my response to the previous video about my favorite professor. I love my pre-honors independent study courses with Dr. Shannon Mariotti of poli-sci and Dr. Jessica Hauer of history. They are my absolute fave. So rather than do capstone, I decided to apply to do an honors thesis, which is a 1.5-year long process instead of just a semester-long one. And I actually applied to do it interdepartmental between political science and history because I really wanted to merge. So I had to write a fancy proposal and submit it to both departments and get permission to work with both Dr. Mariotti and Dr. Hauer, and I did. I'm really excited. Right now I'm working on a larger prospectus for the rest of my project. My honors project right now is about witches and witchcraft in the early modern British Isles, and it's also about the enduring socio-political and cultural significance of witches as a symbol of feminist resistance and proto-feminist resistance across time. I am the Vice President of the Coalition for Diversity and Social Justice. I just finished being the membership chair for Student Foundation, and I'm now just a member. I'm also in Alpha Chi Honor Society and Omicron Delta Kappa Society, and then I work on and off campus. Coalition for Diversity and Social Justice. I'm the vice president, and one of my really good friends, Rachel Thompson, is the president. We are an umbrella org that oversees about 13 different organizations, and it means we get to work with a lot of really cool people every day. I am also the student director of peace building in the Office of Diversity Education, so that means that a lot of the other work I do outside of CDSJ sort of overlaps with that ongoing issue of social justice and inclusion. The CDSJ hosts events like MLK Dream Week, and we have some Black History Month programming right now to really sort of get students talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion in holistic and authentic ways on campus. I think that I've always found us to be a really welcoming space. I was a really shy student in my first year, and CDSJ sort of took me in and gave me, a group of like people who care about the same stuff that I do, but who are also just really like authentic. I've always found us to be a really welcoming space. I was a really shy student in my first year, and CDSJ sort of took me in and gave me, a group of like people who care about the same stuff that I do, but who are also just really like authentic, genuine people who are so open and welcoming. We've got lots of different Black History Month stuff going on this month. We're doing a CDSJ board game night tonight in Bishop's Lounge from 7 to 8 p.m. Okay, Last thing on CDSJ, my favorite thing about our org is that there's a bunch of different member organizations in that umbrella and in that coalition. So you can kind of find, any issue that you care about, you can find a group of people to talk about that stuff. So we have the Reproductive Justice Alliance, we have the Coalition for Chronic Illness, which has been doing some amazing work. They're having a Be the Match drive for bone marrow patients next Thursday, the 17th in Bishop's Lounge. It's going to be all day, so we definitely encourage you to go to that. Let's see, we also have Halo and Latinos Unidos. They just had their first meeting of the semester last night, which was awesome. We have Ebony, which is our Black Student Union. We have Pirates for Pride. One of our fabulous interns in the office just restarted SU Native from scratch, so we're going to be talking a lot more about Indigenous politics and culture this semester, which I'm excited about. We have so many different orgs, I can't even list them all on the time limit, but there's really something for everyone. Student Foundation works really closely with the Office of Alumni and Parent Relations to put on events like Declare Your Major Day, Sing, Homecoming, programming like that. We're sort of the link between alumni and parent relations and the student body, and it is tons of fun. Totally my favorite question yet. I used to write movie reviews for the Megaphone, which is our student newspaper. I don't have time to at the moment, but it is so much fun, and they literally pay you to write about whatever you feel like talking about. It's amazing, and I hope that I can get back to it in my senior year. Okie dokie, folks. I have moved locations so you can see something in my apartment other than my desk. These are the bookshelves that my roommate and I share in our on-campus apartment. She's a tennis player, hence the tennis balls. I'm a big reader, hence the books. So yeah, you can see something other than my messy bedroom. I'm gonna go grab dinner before the CDSJ board game night. I'll answer a couple more of your questions, and then we're gonna go play some games. So if you're on campus, come meet me in the Bishop's Lounge from 7 to 8 p.m. tonight to play games. Okay, the amount of free time you have between classes is totally up to you. So like today, I have a bunch of classes back to back, and I, as you could tell, was walking around really fast and kind of stressed out, but I did that to myself. So it's up to you and your scheduling preferences when you get here. When I got to SU, I wasn't sure what I wanted to major in. There was a lot of pressure on me to be a STEM major, to be in a career that makes a lot of money and is very traditional, but I wasn't sure. Totally by chance, my very first semester here, I had a poli-sci class with Dr. Mariotti and a history class with Dr. Hauer, and I fell in love. I love what I do, and I get to go to class every day feeling excited about it. Also, there are lots of different paths to success. Just because I'm not a STEM major doesn't mean I'm not going to be successful. I'm not going to get to do what I love. I'll be in DC this summer with the U.S. Foreign Service working in the Office of Global Women's Issues, so good things ahead. Love the new library deck, my favorite place in the world to drink a nice coffee. Love hanging out in the Cove, and love sitting on the academic mall when the weather is nice with friends and a picnic. That is my favorite thing to do. Alrighty, Pirates. Me and my hot chocolate are gonna go and do some homework because I've got a lot of it. This was a blast. Thank you so much for spending a day with me. If you need anything, you can find me on my personal Instagram. Just look me up, Eugenia Gabriela Agobe. I'm a very easy woman to find. Yeah, go Pirates, and see me on campus. Say hi.